Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoiint and welcome back. So I've just finished watching the PlayStation State of Play and I've got to say that was stacked. Now I don't normally do dedicated recap videos, but there was so much in it that I wanted to give you guys a quick summary of every game, when they release and my own impressions. But let me know what games you saw and which from the show you are hyped to play. And we've got to kick things off with the big one, which is Marvel's Wolverine. Now this finally got a proper gameplay reveal and honestly, this looks exactly what you would expect to see from Insomniac. It looks absolutely brutal. We're talking limbs being torn off, gore and blood everywhere, and it looks like it plays incredibly well. Now I even love how when he walks through the water at the start, the blood on his leg literally washes away. Now before today's show, we'd only seen the cinematic trailer with a little bit of gameplay thrown in, but seeing this super clean gameplay now, I think it looks amazing. But what stood out for me is it confirms the tone of this is a lot darker than Spider-Man. We also got to look at some of the story moments as well as a few familiar faces from the X-Men universe. Now this has already been confirmed that it will be launching on September 15th and pre-orders are already live right now. It is a shame that we're not getting a collector's edition or a DualSense controller, but maybe we'll see these later. Now this was probably the biggest surprise of the entire show, and that was God of War Laufey. This is going to be a standalone spin-off game where instead of playing as Kratos or Atreus, you're going to be focusing on and playing as Faye, also known as Laufey. And instead of them just giving us a cinematic trailer or a tease and then calling it a day, they actually went and gave us 20 minutes of gameplay. And firstly, I've got to say that I love how the game started. Just like with God of War, the game literally starts right from the main menu when you press new game. Then within seconds, you are straight into the story. I do think though it is an interesting story to take Faye's afterlife and turn that into a whole campaign with a cube, a sidekick called Frank. Now Kratos did feature a few times, so maybe he'll be in it too. I'm not so sure though. Visually, the game looks stunning and the combat looks the same but very different to God of War. Like it looks familiar with the style and combos, but then it is also very new and different with the air attacks and the ability to jump. Now I am a huge God of War and Santa Monica fan, so I do hope this does well. We don't have any release date for it yet, but it is officially coming to the PS5. And guys, this was another that I did not know I needed until I saw it, and that is Stuntman Hollywood. I used to play these games back on the PS2, I think it was, and I love them. So this is a classic stunt driving game where you basically play as a stunt driver in Hollywood. No surprises there. Now we got to see some clips from different movies where you'll need to perform stunts and jumps, explosions and so on. Unfortunately, we don't have a release date for this yet, but I can imagine this being a fun arcade one to jump on. And it's definitely one for that nostalgic vibe as well, even though it's not a remaster or a remake. Dune Awakening made an appearance and that comes with two pretty big updates. So this is the survival MMO all wrapped up in the Dune universe, so think massive open sand dunes and worms that are going to try and eat you. Now the first update is it's officially coming to the PS5. Well, we now have a date for this and that's going to be September 22nd, but also it's going to be launching with a brand new single player mode. So you can either play this online via multiplayer or just play the campaign instead. Then we got Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, which is a brand new fighting game featuring Marvel characters, but with a very unique anime-inspired style. I actually wasn't too bothered about this game at first, if I'm being honest, but after seeing the trailer today at the show, something just clicked for me. It's fast-paced, I love the 4v4 tag team combat, and even the over-the-top animations. And this is going to be launching on October 6th. And of course, Lara is back. We already knew this was coming, but Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis looks crazy good. It's actually great to see that Lara is Lara, if that makes sense. Like she's sort of exactly what we expect her to look and sound like, keeping that badass energy. I would say they've done a pretty good job in my opinion, plus it looks incredible. The trailer was pretty fast paced and showed us loads including the puzzle solving, traversal and action, while teasing a little bit of the story along the way. Now they did confirm this is going to be launching on February 12th, so a long wait yet, but I think it's going to be worth it. Now I loved the first game, so to see an Until Dawn 2 drop a trailer was a huge shock. So this time, at least going by the trailer, instead of a dark snowy mountain, we're heading to the beach. We've got new characters, the same bad decisions, terrifying situations, and plenty of opportunities to accidentally get everyone killed. Now it's great to see that Supermassive Games are returning to one of its most popular franchises, and the trailer looked great, and at least to me, exactly what I would hope Until Dawn 2 to look like. Maybe a little bright and summery, but we all know it will take a dark turn pretty quickly. And this is going to be set to release in 2027. Next up was Ace Combat 8, and if you're into military flight games, this one looks pretty cool. The trailer was packed with missiles, combat, cool weather effects, and the story details are still limited right now, but Bandai Namco did confirm this is a full new entry built specifically for next gen, and this is going to be dropping on October 2nd, and wishlists are open right now. Remedy was back with another sneak peek at Control Resonant. Now the trailer showed that trademark Remedy visual, shifting environments and those classic reality bending effects. There were also hints that we might be exploring new sections connected to the Federal Bureau of Control, some familiar faces and characters too, so when this drops on September 24th, it is going to be awesome. Wishlists and pre-orders are also live right now as well. And this one came out of nowhere too. Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition is getting a remaster. So the trailer showed us upgraded visuals, things like the graphics and lighting, but it's going to be keeping to the original gameplay, which is always great to see. So it should hopefully stay true to the original PS2 era. And this is going to be launching on October 1st, but I don't see a pre-order option for it just yet. Bungie used the show to highlight Marathon's upcoming Season 2 content and announce an open play date from June 2nd to June 9th. Looks like we're getting new environments, new weapons, cosmetics, and some gameplay improvements. Now I did play this when it launched, but I quickly fell off, so maybe I'll jump back on during the open play, as Season 2 is live right now. And Eel looks absolutely terrifying. I mean, some of these clips are borderline disturbing, which I love. Imagine playing this game in the dark, at night, on your own. Now I didn't see a date for this yet, but I do imagine this will probably launch around the Halloween winter time, especially when those nights are getting longer and it's getting darker a lot earlier. Ubisoft are bringing back Rayman with Rayman Legends Retold. We got a trailer that basically showed us loads of new gameplay, updated visuals and better effects. I mean, is there anyone out there who doesn't like Rayman? For me, this is an easy one to see released. And you never know, if this one does well, we might even see a Rayman 4 later down the line. Now, I'm not sure what Ubisoft have in store, but they seem to have a few good games on the horizon. Albeit remakes and remasters, but still games I actually want to play. And this one is going to be dropping on October 1st. Silent Hill Townfall got another trailer, and this might actually be one of the creepiest trailers from the entire show. Now, rather than focusing on the combat or jump scares, I love how this just went all in on the atmosphere. It looks proper creepy and slow. It's also based in the UK, and I think this looks visually very impressive. Obviously at this stage we've only seen the cinematic trailer, no proper gameplay yet. But to be honest, I don't think it's going to look much different to this anyway. This is going to be launching on September 24th, and wishlists and pre-orders are open now. Kemuri, if that's how it's said, gave us a new trailer, and this game looks like nothing else we've seen. This is a new action game that's going to blend supernatural powers with this Asia-inspired visual effects. The trailer also gave us a better look at the traversal, combat and enemies, while still not really giving us too much to go on, and this is set to release in 2027. Moon Studios then showed us more of No Rest for the Wicked, and every time I see this game I swear it looks better. We've got new regions, new enemies, bosses and an additional RPG system. And I've got to say that the world and art style of this game just looks stunning. Combat also looks very heavy, almost a blend between Diablo and Souls-like. Looks great anyway, and that is coming in October. Capcom gave us a deeper look at Onimusha Way of the Sword. We got a closer look at sword combat, parries, brutal finishes, and some pretty impressive enemy designs. It almost looks like Capcom are trying to modernise it without losing that classic vibe and design. And this is going to be launching on September 25th, and there's a demo out right now to play. Phantom Blade showed up, but not a lot was shown, so all we got was a short cinematic trailer. Although pretty impressive, it didn't tell us a great deal more. They have said that the game is set to release in October, and they will be providing a gameplay deep dive over the summer instead. Then we had the dinosaur survival horror game The Lost Wild. Maybe this will do a better job at this genre than Code Violet. Now, unlike something like Jurassic World, this is all about survival, so you're not trying to hunt these dinosaurs, you're actually just trying to escape them. The atmosphere and cinematics look amazing, and it really gives off that stealth and high tension vibe, and this is currently planned to release in 2027. So there you go, that was everything announced during PlayStation State of Play in June. Let me know what games you are hyped to play out of today's list. Anything that stole the show for you? For me, it has got to be Wolverine, God of War, Until Dawn 2, and probably Tomb Raider. And I'll tell you what, it is looking like September onwards is going to be stacked for us. I don't know how we're going to have the time to play all of these games, plus GTA 6. Well anyway, now drop a nice games in the comments and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And if you did enjoy today's video, check out my best new games to play in June video next. Well, thanks for watching, please like, subscribe and follow me everywhere. Until next time.